3, 2, 1, 0.
Dude, thank you at all for doing this, man. Thanks for having me. Dude, it's so hype. What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Please subscribe on the YouTube, subscribe on all the audio platforms. We're on all of them. Like, comment, all that stuff. I could not be more stoked, dude. The guy I have in here today is 1/4 of my favorite band on the entire planet. I mean, for the last decade plus, these guys have been the soundtrack to my entire existence. Like all of my wins, losses, all the seminal moments of my life have been scored by these four gentlemen. I love them to death. If you haven't seen them play, you gotta. For my money, they're the best band currently touring. No press, dude.
That's what I live up to.
Truly, I love these guys. They have a new album out right now. Who's gonna look after the dogs? Who will look after the dogs? It rips. You got to check it out. This guy's. He's a killer on the drums, and I'm so psyched to have him in the room. Please welcome to the show, Zack Mykula.
Thank you.
Dude, I realized as I was going, I was like, he's gonna hate this. This is a lot.
Yeah, I have a bit of a penchant for disliking compliments, but it's like a joke between Jeff Rosenstock and I. He'll compliment me after I get off stage, and he'll be like, "Sorry." He'll be like, "That was great. Sorry." Yeah.
Well, I mean, I find that people who are really great at what they do often hate everything that they make or create or any sort of kindness delivered toward them.
I mean, I don't know that I'm technically great, but I definitely find it hard to find the value in what I do a lot of the time.
Oh, well, that's crazy because you rip, dude.
Thanks.
I mean, you're legitimately. I think you're my favorite drummer.
Thank you.
Which is what's fun about something like this, because there's such a when you're meeting people who do stuff that you enjoy, there's a lot of times you got to play cool. You gotta tone it down. You can't let them know how much you enjoy they make the stuff, because it makes it weird.
Yeah.
And now I just get to be like, nope, you're my favorite. You're the greatest. I'm doing it on cams in front of mics. It's fun.
I'm practicing this thing called taking in the good.
Yes.
Some of the mental health podcasts I listen to are strong advocate for it. So this is really pushing that to its limit. But it's good. I really appreciate it. That's super nice.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I definitely have made it weird with people before.
Oh,
I've interrupted people, and it's like, when am I going to get the chance? Like John Theodore, he currently plays in Queens of the Stone Age, but he's in he was in the Mars Volta, and he's like my very favorite drummer.
Yes.
And he was like, we were at a festival, and he's like talking to his friends, and I just was overwhelmed. I'm like, when am I going to get the chance? So, and he was so nice. It's just, yeah. So sometimes it works out, but yeah.
The one good thing about blowing it, because I've also blown it. I've blown it, dude. The first time I met Ari Shaffir, he looked at me like I just asked him to borrow his car. Like he was like, dude, I don't know you, bro. And I was so bummed. And then a year and a half, 2 years later, I met him again, and I was like, no chance he remembers that. I get a second shot at the intro.
Did you actually get a second shot?
I did. And then I wound up helping him build his studio here in New York.
That's awesome.
So it worked out. Yeah. The social artistry of the hang is, yeah. You could write books about it.
I'm sorely lacking in that department.
Oh, I completely disagree. I find you to be very charming.
Thank you.
You're very unapologetically yourself, which I appreciate.
I'm trying.
So new album.
Yeah.
Tour's ripping.
Yeah.
You're on the road with Jeff Rosenstock.
Yeah.
Little plug here. How you doing? Yeah. I threw that on a few weeks ago, and then today I was like, oh man, I look like I'm really trying to be like, guys, I feel like it made me feel like Steve Buscemi. Like, what's up, fellow youth?
I mean, that's perpetual. I'm 38 years old. That's my entire life.
Yeah, especially with what you do.
Yeah. Playing exuberant music and being a relatively withdrawn old man. at this stage.
How do you find the balance of that being like a real kind of reserved dude, and then when you guys play, it's like this raucous cacophony of good times?
I think it just kind of has to come out, I guess. Like it's, I don't know, anyone who really, like really loves what they do, or like really has to do something, like they just have the innate need to do something. I think it will just invigorate you to the point of like you not quite out of control, but like it's clear that like you very much love what you're doing. And that's kind of just what happens on stage usually. And I think like also Jeff is the like prime example. Everyone's like, I don't understand how he has that much energy. And I'm like, I don't either, but he's just like just such a positive force, and it just comes out on stage. It's amazing.
Your shows are some of the most fun I've ever had in sort of any sort of live entertainment. The environment that you guys create is one, just fun as shit. It's just everything I want. It's crowd surfing, moshing, but like fun moshing, no like dickheadedness. And so I guess my question is, was that a conscious choice when you guys started out of like, this is the type of band we want to be so that we can play these kind of shows? Or was it just sort of what the four of you, when you got together, it just kind of happened that way?
I mean, from the outset, the entire band, like the reason to make music was to play shows, and starting with that as kind of like a nucleation point. It just naturally follows that you want it to be a welcoming atmosphere, and everyone has the best chance of having fun if they all feel welcome. And just that's kind of, it just grew from there. And we've been inspired by like some amazing people like Jeff and like Shauna Potter from War on Women. She has some great material on safe spaces and in shows. And just like that has been really informative. So we just try to take this like the spirit of inclusivity to every single show. And like Stefan's really great. He says off the top, like, no dickheads. Sometimes inevitably there's going to be a dickhead in a crowd of like 2,000 people. There's going to be one dickhead, but we've gotten very lucky, and we put that forward. But also at the same time, we try to we don't even have to try. Our audience takes care of each other, and that's amazing. Like we're super fortunate for that.
Yeah, you guys, I think part of the reason why I connect with the stuff you guys make is you seem like a group of people who have put a lot of thought into and intention into what you make and how you deliver it, in terms of like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. You guys all seem like you have crippling depression, yeah, and are just like looking at the horrors of society and existence, and are like, well, we might as well have a good time while we're here.
Yeah. I mean, we're anal retentive is what I would say about virtually everything we do. But that's, yeah, like there's no detail left untended to. Actually, it's like try to figure out every possible angle to make sure like it's an ace in the hole, whether that's like the safety at our show or like trying to explore every avenue in the song or whatever creatively we're doing. So
that's it really shows, because the way that I've described your music is, it's like you guys took all of my favorite pieces from all these things, then made this like megazord of good times, where it's like the sincerity of Midwest emo with like tongue-in-cheek jokes of like early Snoop Dogg into this smoothie of fun that I love it, dude.
Thank you. Yeah.
So that wasn't really a question. That was more of me just gushing again. This is
I'll take it.
This is really we are in serious danger of this just turning into the Chris Farley. Like, remember when you did it? That was awesome.
I probably don't remember most of it, so being reminded might be fine.
Well, I can take you on a trip down memory lane. Okay. So in like 2015, maybe 2016, I was a dog walker in Chicago. You guys were going to play Lollapalooza that year, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And you hadn't scheduled a Lollapalooza like after show or whatever, you know, the shows people play around.
The side shows yeah.
Exactly. So you guys were playing in Milwaukee that night. So me and all my buddies were going to go to the show, and I was working my little dog walking job, and I was biking down Southport Avenue, the same street I bike down every day, and I look on the corner, and who would it be but the boys of PUP?
Yeah.
In the wrong city for the night of the show. And I got to be like, you guys rule, you're my favorite. And then we went to that show. Still to this day, probably my favorite show I've ever seen. No barrier, so there's stage diving. The politest stage diving of all time, by the way. Very much, which was great. Very much everyone who stage dove was like, are you guys ready? I'm going to do this. It was great.
Not everyone gets that lucky. Sometimes they're just, it's like, there's so many shows where there's like guys my size that it should be illegal to stage dive.
Dude, this is a take I had, and I put a clip out of it, and the internet did not agree with me, but I think that we got it. Just like there's a height limit on roller coasters, we should maybe think about implementing a weight limit on crowd surfing.
It's maybe optimistic to hope that people are this self-aware, but it's like, just come on, like.
Yeah, some things aren't for everyone. I'm never gonna dunk. I'm fine with that. I accept the limitations.
You're putting people in danger, and it's just it's the whole thing. So don't do it.
Okay, so this tour, you're out with Jeff Rosenstock. Big shows, sick venues, good times.
Yeah.
What's the transport like these days? Are you guys in the bus? We're
on a bus. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, but it's like I like sleeping, but it's also like it's important for like our crew to be able to rest as much as I can, and it creates like a very condensed like family atmosphere, which can it has its drawbacks sometimes, but it's nice like just every opportunity to hang out as much as possible.
Sick.
Yeah.
What's the full touring crew? How many people are with you guys?
I think we have 8 total, right? Or 9? I think we have 9 right now.
So you guys plus 5.
Yeah. So we have front of house monitors, like all like
Oh, we're gonna get into the weeds on the nerd sound shit. Okay.
And we have our friend Brad doing photography, and like we have Kelsey doing merch for us. We have like and Dan, our like amazing tour manager. We have like the best. I'm biased, but we always have the best crew. Like it's just the most dedicated, amazing people. Just we're very lucky.
What's the drum breakdown situation for you these days? Are you breaking them down? Are they going straight into the crate?
No one else touching that. I almost get offended when people ask me if they can help, but it's like my opportunity to like deconstruct the night essentially. So I just pull my drums apart, and I just like brings me back from the brink of total anxiety.
What are you doing? That's like if being a rock star was like a corporate job, not breaking down your drums is like when your stock's vest, man. It's like this is what you worked for.
I like it. And like Kevin, who plays drums for Jeff, he's like, I like it too. We're just like, especially on his tour, it's just me and him breaking down drums and like talking about shit.
My heart goes out to every drummer every time watching them, because there's the issue is the drum stands. Yep. There's just they have to be metal, they have to be heavy, and there's just no practical way. I saw a post a few days ago of a guy who was like, guys, I solved it. And it was literally just a rolling giant trash can, like the plastic ones you roll to the street. And he was like, it has wheels, it's heavy. The downside is people do throw their beers in it during the show.
I mean, that's as good as anything else. That's like any hardware company is just giving you a bit like a trash bin with wheels.
All of the technological advancements the human race has accomplished, and we have not solved.
As usual, the drummer is left behind.
Yeah. So what was it like making the new record?
It was great. We did it with this amazing producer, John Congleton. Mm-hmm. He's just so good at getting a performance out of people, and not like it's not like whiplash, like he's not yelling at us or anything. But he's just like I have what they call red light fever. I mean, I have performance anxiety in general, but I have red light fever. So like, I don't know, for people who don't know, it's old school studios. The red light would come on and you're doing a take, basically.
Yes.
So it's like, get it right.
Yes. Right now.
Yeah, right now, be perfect. And with him, it was more like he just like wouldn't tell us it's rolling, and he'd be like, let's just try it a couple times.
That's great. I love that. I've spent a lot of time with that same issue where I'll get so deeply in my head and just be terrible. Yeah. And then other times I'm like, I'm the smoothest guy that's ever lived. Like, I'm Johnny Carson over here. Yeah. And trying to figure out the parameters of what does that for me.
Well, it's like finding out a consistent way of like even getting an average performance instead of swinging from the feeling like the worst version ever to like, unbelievably good. So yeah. And he was great at that. He was like, let's give it a couple tries. And then like we'd play it 2 or 3 times. We'd be like, all right, I think we have it. So, and we'd be like, you were rolling? I didn't know that. And yeah, so he's just like really great at getting something natural, and also very encouraging. He was like just such a positive experience.
The rules. What was the writing process like? Did you guys sit down all together, or is it more like you're emailing pieces back and forth?
We do a bit of both. Like the pandemic kind of blew up our writing process a little, and then we kind of saved pieces of that and brought it to like our usual process, which is Stefan or Nestor, our bass player, bring in a song idea, and then we kind of like deconstruct it and reconstruct it. And this time was a bit of that and a bit of emailing pieces and just like trying to, as usual, just being as anal as possible, putting everything together and making sure it all fits. And it was just months of that usually. Well, pretty painstaking.
All the care and thought you guys put into it really shows because it's great. It's every album you guys release. When the first single for Morbid Stuff came out, I had a real funny moment in my kitchen. I woke up. I'm in my boxers. I'm like firing up my little Bluetooth speaker to listen to it, and I sat there and I said, listen, you love these guys. Whatever direction they go in, you have to accept that and appreciate what they've given you so far. And then I hit play, and then I literally was like screaming in my house. I was like, they did it again! Let's go! And every album, it's just I get it when you're a fan of something. I think sometimes you can lose sight of how fun it is to see the people you're a fan of win or succeed. And it felt like my buddy just got like a new sick job, or they got they got hired as a writer for SNL. You're just like, yes, dude, let's fucking go, man. So the new one is great.
Thank you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
The little, I don't know if it's bongos or some sort of tiny toms, the fill on Cruel.
Oh yeah. Those are, rototoms, and it's like a very like 70s and 80s thing.
It's so fun.
Yeah. So the sort of the genesis of that, well, like that part in particular, I mean, that whole song is kind of like a love letter to Canadian rock in a sense. It's like it started off very much as like our first arrangement sounded very much like a bar rock song, and it's like we gotta like pupify it, whatever the fuck that means. And
get some gang vocals cooking, dude.
Gang vocals, like make it sound incompetent. Which is, I'm only kind of joking. Like Stefan had some very good direction, especially in the second verse, where he's like, we have to play it not so perfectly because it's like it sounds too good. It needs to be a little more like rough hewn. So there's that, but there's like a lot like, so the Brototoms are for me a direct reference to Neil Peart, who played drums in Rush.
Yes, I was gonna say it's got a very Rush vibe. I can see you spinning in your little stool.
Yeah, and it's because Steve was like, we should make this reintro in 7, like time signature 7/4 for some reason, which is also a very Rush thing. So it's just like, yeah, that was stupid. But the genesis of that, I did like some percussion work with Jeff. He did an orchestral score for Craigula Creek.
Oh yeah, sick.
And so he had me come down and do some stuff, and it was me, Kevin, his drummer, and the artist Namdi, who's also a drummer. Mm-hmm. And he just kept shouting about rototoms, and it's just like the funniest shit ever. So I'm like, I gotta honor that memory of hanging out with Nandi, which is like just such a fun time by putting some of the stupidest drums on this song.
It's fun, dude.
I love it.
You guys do a lot of weird time signatures.
Yeah.
And my question there is that just to is that just because that's how Stefan's writing plays out, or is that you and Steve being like, let's get some jazz in here, baby?
It's actually like shockingly natural. But like that was the example on Cruel, like maybe a little shoehorned, but it ended up working really well. Like, and Steve often has great ideas, but this like really brought the song to another level. With Stefan, a lot of the time he would tell us the story about how, like, in other bands that he's been in, he would like, he's never been like trained as a guitarist or a musician. He taught himself all the time, like all his life. And he would just like write things, and they sounded right to him, but they were like kind of off. And other people in other bands that he played in would be like, that's wrong, play it like this, and just turn it into a pretty standard time signature. And then he started playing with us, and he just brought us these weird shaped riffs, and we're like, no, that sounds cool. Like, why don't we just do that?
Sick.
Like, and he's like, but everybody told us it was wrong. It's like, no, it's just like, it's in 5 or whatever. Who cares? Like, let's just work with it, and it'll make an interesting. It'll just like make it interesting. And we've straightened out a little bit over the years, but it's just like kind of falls out. Like Nestor also, just when he writes riffs, sometimes it's in 7. It's more about like what works, what sounds cool. Like, less about consciously being weird.
If it sounds good, it is good.
Yeah.
Football, baby. Hell yeah. Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. It's easy to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you're correct, you could win some serious moolah, dude. It's great. It's a great daily fantasy, real fun way to spice up the games. You can play with your friends. It's a great time. It's dead simple to use. Say you're trying to see what Josh Allen's going to do. You basically guess at what his stats are going to be, right? Do you think he's going to throw for 201 or less yards? More, less. It's stripped down. It's easy to use. It's a good time. You can cash out on Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more, so getting your money is quick and easy. Download the app today and use code ROCKETSHIP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ROCKETSHIP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Now let's get back to the sweet sounds of that Zack Mykula.
On the topic of Nestor,
Yeah.
How many Torg shirts does that guy have?
His cousin owns House of Targ, so he has ostensibly an infinite supply.
Okay, because I was like, when you guys make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Targ shirt has to go up.
Yeah. Every time I go to Targ, Yogi is just the owner. He's just like, "You want another shirt?" I'm like, I guess, yeah, sure.
Sick. Just from his sheer commitment to that shirt,
yeah,
that's now like a destination I want to visit.
It's pretty awesome.
It's like a video game bar, right?
Yeah, like a barcade in Ottawa.
Sick.
Our nation's capital.
Yeah. What was it like? You're growing up in Canada, and you form this band. You're like, guys, we're kind of sick.
We would never say that.
Of course you wouldn't. You were like, guys, we're the worst band ever.
Yeah. Let's keep doing it for some reason.
And you gotta make it out of Canada, and you pulled the true Canadian artist magic trick of escaping Canada famous.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
I don't know. Like I don't really like. We just ate shit for a long time. There's like no like trick to it. It's just like try to engage all of your influences. Try to be as authentic as you can, whatever that means. Like play as many shows and eat as much shit as you can for as long as possible before you give up. And it just happened that like we never made it to that tipping point. We just were like, it just started working at some point because we just kept doing it. And we made a concerted effort to try to make inroads in the States. And it's like, that's been no small blessing because we have so many amazing friends here now. And we do like I guess we could be bigger in Canada, but it's also like, it's such a big country and we wanted to see more of the world.
Yeah. And you have, I mean, you guys are, it feels like you're never off the road. And if you're not here, you're overseas, you've played shows literally. Was there, whenever I'm traveling, I try to, this was a tip I got from a good friend of mine, Big Kev, who was like, whenever you're in like a city or a new place, take a moment, take like 20, 30 seconds to just like look around and be like, the work I put in got me here. I need to appreciate this moment so I don't take it for granted. I don't appreciate it. Have there been any moments on the road for you where you were like, holy fuck, I cannot believe that, you know, my little drum kit got me here?
Yeah, there are countless. There's so many. Like just being like going to Australia for the first time is crazy, but also like I think it was our first tour in the States, like our first honest tour. It was with the Menzingers, Lemuria, and Cayetana, and that's like still like collectively one of our favorite tours ever because like some of our best friends we've made that we're still friends with to this day. We met on that tour, but like we went to the Grand Canyon, which is pretty like pedestrian as far as like experiences go, but it's like I never thought I'd go on tour, let alone see the Grand Canyon. And then also when you're like, it's so corny, but when you're there, it's more like you think you know what it looks like, and it's like you don't know what it looks like. It's insane.
Oh,
like,
dude. Oh, I push back on that so hard, dude. I think that you know, we would call it corny. I think kids nowadays would call it cringe. Yeah. But I think that is just it's like a uniform projection of insecurities that we've allowed. It's like society, we don't want people to have a good time or enjoy cool shit. And it pisses me off more than anything. And I think it's sick that you got emotional at the Grand Canyon, dude. It's a big ass canyon. It's cool as fuck. Yeah, man.
Like same thing, like the touring BC for the first time and seeing the Rocky Mountains is like this was in a different band, but we just like driving through the mountains at sunrise. It's just like the shit you get to see as a musician. Very few other people, like maybe like outdoors people would see it, but yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, I don't know, we were on Seth Meyers twice, which is crazy. And with Jeff, which is like, that's like one of our best friends. Like the things you get to do, it's pretty crazy. So there's like countless that stuff. There's a lot of like sort of muck and mire in between. And like, it is a hard thing to do.
Sure. A lot of gas station coffee in the mix.
Yeah. Like that, like, or like shitting in the worst toilets you've ever seen, which like on the other hand, I've developed a high tolerance for terrible shitting situations. So it's just like very hard to gross me out now. It's like I like get my dog shit on my hand and like, all right.
It's better than Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I literally, this wasn't on tour, but like driving to Steve's wedding. Speaking of Ohio, we were outside of Cincinnati and we like pulled up to the McDonald's like as a roadside stop. The gas station was terrifying, so we didn't go in there. We went to the McDonald's and like I walked in and to go to the bathroom and someone had fully shit in the urinal. And I was like, surely, like that's disgusting, but like surely the toilet's broken. That's why they shit in the urinal. And then I opened the stall and it's like, no, the toilet's perfectly fine. So it really like left me to question the nature of reality, but how good people can possibly be.
That's just someone at the end of their rope who got a wrong order, and we just went in there and was like, "I said no onions, you motherfuckers."
This McDonald's in particular. So anyway, high tolerance.
Do you have any? So having traveled so much, are there any regional food standouts that you enjoy, like Garbage Plate in Rochester, or
I was going to say that one in particular I do not enjoy.
yeah, that one stinks.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, Rochester Garbage Plate's no good, dude.
Do better.
Do better.
There's so many.
The Skyline Chili,
Skyline.
which is like one of the most wildly overrated things of all time, I think.
I mean, last time it came out the way it went in. But I mean, it's a chain now, so like, what? Yeah. Fuck. There's so many weird. I don't know. Like, it's hard. This is gonna sound conceited, but it's hard to, as someone from Toronto,
Yes.
it's hard to impress me with regional food.
No, that's not conceited. You've been exposed to good cuisine, man.
Yeah, like Toronto is like one of the better food cities. I mean, there's tons, like New York obviously is amazing food, and Chicago too, but everything comes to you in big cities like that. So
Totally.
yeah. I don't know. I'm totally drawing a blank.
All good. For me, it's not like, I mean, besides the Chicago hot dog, which is,
Yeah.
just if Jesus was to come back down to earth, his miracle wouldn't be like lots of fish and wine for me. It would be he turns hot dogs into Chicago hot dogs. the bun transforms and the tubular meat turns into a Vienna beef.
Yeah. I mean, that is a high level
Yeah.
food.
For me, the thing that sticks out to me is there's this place called Vula's in Seattle. It's this little diner underneath a bridge, mom and pop diner situation. And I think across the board, diner food has gone downhill.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to make that kind of food with rents being so high. I just think the ingredients, they've gotten cheaper, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what this place, dude, next time you're in Seattle, you got to go. You walk in, it's mom and pop. The mom sits you down.
Yep.
Pop is running the flat tops, not the flat top. Yeah. 3 separate full-size flat top grills. One of them exclusively for hash browns. Then behind him is another full kitchen where his kids are doing all the sous chef, and they're chopping it up.
That's beautiful.
And it was, I mean, hash browns so crispy, so moist, unbelievable. Couldn't rave enough about this place.
Attention to detail. I think that's that. I mean, that brings to mind. There are a couple places. There's a place in Winnipeg, which, shockingly, another great food city. I don't know who listening to this would ever go to Winnipeg, but if you do, there's an amazing roti shop at the bottom of a parking lot. That's like one of the best rotis I've ever had.
What's a roti?
It's like a chickpea flour wrap.
Oh, okay.
Like a curry or like something like that.
Oh, it's like a Indian dish.
Yeah,
Nice.
West Indian in this case. So it was like a British Guyanese couple. They're like on the older side, the friendliest, like most outgoing people, and they're just like fucking like chopping it up with you while you're like trying to eat this immense, like the food is so big. There's so much food. It's just like such a great place. Another place that there's like the best poutine I've ever had was in Hull, which is on the other side of Ottawa in Quebec. Poutine, it's like, gravy and fries, but like, what can you say about that? But it's just like, in the hands of French Canadians, I think it's seen its best life.
I do love a very basic food that's been elevated to its exactly what we're saying, like the attention to detail. Yeah. What kind of cheese? How long are we cooking it for? What's the gravy like?
Yeah, it's
how I feel about biscuits and gravy.
Well, like with poutine, it has to be layered. It has to be fresh curds. Like there's certain stipulations that you can tell someone's a bullshit artist.
The layering is huge. A similar issue that's plagued nachos for years.
Yeah.
You get a nice layered nacho, you get a nice layered poutine, the person back there's doing it right.
Yeah, they care.
All right, I can't see that this is recording, and I'm having a panic attack at the audio. I said, give me 1 second. That's why I can confirm that it is. Which it is. Of course it is. This is my life. Like I'm having a nice conversation. I go, you didn't press that button. You for sure didn't. This is all lost.
Yeah, I get 2 blocks away from my house, and I'm like, did I lock the door? Is my dog gonna die because I left the oven on?
Dude, I am a serial did I lock the door guy.
Yeah.
I think it's from my time dog walking because I was going in and out of like 15 houses a day.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that I'm so anal about locking doors, and I'm convinced that I've never locked a door once in my life.
Yeah. That's like you're responsible for something awful happening in somebody's house.
Yeah,
so you can lock the door.
What's your dog's name?
Jack.
What kind of dog is Jack?
He's it's a pseudo breed called a pot cake, which like I'm sure it's apocryphal, but it comes from like they're a breed from the Caribbean, and they street vendors at the end of the day would just have like a cake of rice at the bottom of their pot, basically, and they'd toss it out, and the dogs would eat it, like street dogs would eat it, so they got the name pot cake. And he's like just a mix. He's the best dog ever, but he's also the weirdest creature I've ever met. Very sweet, but he's just like he looks like a dog. Definition dog.
Standard issue dog, little homie.
And like they all kind of look the same, which is interesting. But yeah, his dog style.
Great, big fan. I'm a big fan of pets. I'm trying to see pictures of your pets.
Yeah. I'm
trying to know about your pets. A big pet guy.
Yeah, he's the best. He's insanely cute.
Oh,
crazy.
That rules. I have. I'm in the middle of a full blown cat WrestleMania every day. Yeah, my girlfriend moved in. She brought her cat, and I mean, what elegant, beautiful little maniacs these guys are.
They're very fun to annoy.
It's what's so frustrating is because they hate each other, and we're having to do like this slow introduction, so we're keeping them separated. They got into it a little bit, but it's been fine. But what drives me nuts is I feel like I'm a pretty good friendship matchmaker.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh dude, I got a buddy you're gonna love, and then you see him hit it off, and you're like, hell yeah. And these guys, they're the same.
Yeah.
I go from one room, Little Stanks sleeping. I go into the next room, Burrito's sleeping. I come back, Stanks up. Now Burrito's up. They're on the same schedule.
Yeah.
They have the exact same interest: wet and dry food and warm windowsills to sleep on.
Yeah.
And they get together and they hate each other. And it's like, guys, put your differences aside here.
It's what's the inherent bias is the thing they use in psychology. It's just like something about them. Don't like it.
They can't. I mean, it's like Starfleet and the Romulans, dude. That's
Though, if we're gonna get in the weeds of that, let's later on the Romulans, they're allies.
I actually do want to talk to you about Star Trek.
Okay.
But I have some more nerdy music stuff before we get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the click track situation for you guys? So I just found out about the goings on of the in-ear monitors. It's a whole nother universe for you guys up there.
Yeah. Well, in-ears are, if you can get them, they're amazing.
Yeah. So for people who might not know, so when you go and see your fave bands play, and they've got the sweet headphones in their ears. They're high. Those are high level. They're not headphones. They're IEMs. They're in-ear monitors. So they're very high quality, and a lot of bands have different. Each player will have a different mix based on their preference. Maybe they want to have some more bass, or they want less bass, they want more guitar, they want more vocals, whatever. And then a lot of people, which is going to be my question for you, will have stuff pre-programmed in. So it'll be like Big Phil coming in, and it'll count you in 3, 2, 1, and stuff like that, which I think is so fun.
Yeah.
So what are you guys running?
Oh, that would wreak havoc on my ADHD. That would just I'd be like being anxious and having ADHD at the same time. I'd be like hyper anticipatory of that notification, and then I would totally blow it.
Yes.
Because I get distracted. We just have each other, basically.
Cool.
We don't do click. We like to keep it pretty not loose, but have room to breathe a little bit.
Well, they don't need you. They got the human metronome up there.
We'll see how that goes tonight. But yeah, it's we just hearing each other. I try to get a bit of everybody. We have our monitor guy, Jesse. He's the best. Just vibes wise, the best, but also just has such great ears, and he's constantly making really without you telling him really excellent adjustments on a mix. So he's just it's just trying to hear each other, and sometimes it doesn't work. But that's Some people have like a click, and like it helps with the pre-programmed stuff, like in Ableton, and like they're running a program to like play loops and stuff. But yeah, we try to keep it pretty punk, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it makes sense, especially going from like I'd imagine just from an audio standpoint, the difference in playing a 200 cap like bar room, where you're hearing basically exactly what everyone else is hearing, to now you're in these venues with these giant racks in the ceiling, and it's in stand up, it's just talking, so it's like, who cares? But you do notice it. You're like, oh, this sounds weird. I feel like I can't hear myself. It's all going out.
It's bouncing.
How was that transition for you? Was it jarring at all, or did it kind of go unnoticed?
I think it has like a variety. There's like a lot of psychological things that happen when you obviously transition from small rooms to big ones. On one hand, like the better sounding it is to the musician, the better they play.
Yes.
But you also start, you get to obsess about brand new things. So you just start obsessing about like what things sound like, and getting like sometimes too in the weeds, at least I do, about certain things. Like that, but that's forgetting the fact that like in a small room, there is just a totally different energy, and it almost does not matter if it sounds good. Like you could have the best sounding mix even in a small room. Like technology is such that at this point we could have IEMs in a small room, but it doesn't matter. Like it's just like, it is supposed to be a shit show. Like it's supposed to be wild. And that's, like we did I guess it's a bit of a tangent, but like we just did 6 shows in Toronto in a row.
I saw this.
Yeah.
So sick, dude. Such a cool idea. A little similar to what Jeff did here in New York a few years ago. But basically the PUP played a series of growing in size shows. So you did like a house show, and then run me through that whole thing.
Well, we just like talked about doing something like jokingly that mirrors the career trajectory. So it's like the venues we would have played at each level. And so naturally, because of that, we played like a very small, it was supposed to be like a 50-person house show.
Yeah.
And at this amazing venue in Toronto called the Flat Top, and just like the people there are amazing. But people were standing outside the show in the back alley, and that became a liability. So they just like let all of them in. So it went from 50 to like 120 people in this terrace in the east end of Toronto. So that was super, like that's what I mean is like it kind of like we couldn't hear anything really, but it didn't matter. Like it just like was the coolest. Just like the coolest way to do a show. And that was the first of the 6 shows, the last being History, which is the biggest venue we've played in, we've headlined in Toronto.
Sick. Congratulations. Well deserved.
It's like, it was just like, just like an amazing experience. And also seeing everybody through the years that have supported us, and not just from Toronto, like people flew in from all over the US and from Europe and stuff to come see us. It was pretty wild.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, it was super cool.
And I love I love when bands do stuff like that. Like I saw Hot Mulligan was doing a similar thing this year where they were playing smaller shows. I saw them on like a little rooftop here. Yeah. And it's like, what's fun about it is that it's just fun. Yeah. It's like purely a choice. It's not like this is where we're at. Like you have the capacity to play the biggest show of all you've ever played. Yeah. But then also get to do this like fun little 120 DIY Danger Zones show.
It's pretty hard to beat. Like experientially, like just seeing the people that you've seen through all the years.
Yes.
Like just in this small space. And it's like friends who like have gotten married because they met at a show and they became friends over the years, like stuff like that. It's crazy. It's like it can't really be overstated.
One thing you guys do that I really love is the 4 of you are the band. And then when you play, it's like the audience becomes the 5th member. Yeah. The participation is at an all-time high on your shows, to the point where I've gone and seen other bands, and I'm like, I want to grab the audience and be like, guys, we're all gonna go watch PUP so that you know how to fucking act while we're watching this other band.
Sorry.
Oh, all good, dude.
This is my ADHD medication.
Oh, do you need?
No, it's an alarm because I'm gonna forget. So,
I am also plagued by the ADHD, dude.
Yeah.
It's brutal. As a kid, and this even right now is a perfect example of it. I was mid tangent.
it's happening,
Dude. I as a kid with the ADHD, it was basically pitched to me as like, you have a hard time focusing. And then now in my 30s, I've done more research over the past year. And I like went through like side effects of ADHD, and then it was just like a checklist where I was like, yep. Oh, this has been at the core of all of my major issues in my life.
Yeah, it seriously is. But it's also, I think, something that becomes almost pathological is how they frame it to you. Like they framed it to you like your inability to focus is a problem. And it's like, I don't know, some people would say that you're naturally curious about stuff. Like it's saying the same thing, but like not pathologizing a child's experience, which I think has its own fucked up implications for somebody down the road. So yeah, it's anyway.
Yeah, it's more than just Toby can't sit still. It leads to other shit.
But yeah, the
audience. So they become like the fifth member of the band in that it's just every lyric is getting hit, the top of the lungs. It's so much fun. That has to be, first of all, what was do you have a memory of the first time of a show where you were like, oh, fuck. Everybody in this room knows every word and every moment of this song.
They all like we're very fortunate because that started happening pretty early on, like in the first record, probably within like a couple of years of it coming out. The one that really sticks out to me, I think it was on the Morbid Stuff, the European leg of the Morbid Stuff tour. We were playing in Zagreb, Croatia.
Whoa! In my head, everything there is gray and made of cement.
It's brutalist. Yeah. It's former Soviet bloc. But playing this like pretty, I think it was like a 250 cap venue. Absolutely rammed, like heat wave. The venue was next to like a creek. It was full of mosquitoes. But like you have these like a bunch of these like half naked Croatian people dancing and like moshing while we're playing, and they're all trying to sing the words, but they don't speak English.
Yes.
And so, but that's like the most endearing thing is like they want to, like, kind of what you're saying is like they want to be part of the experience so badly that they don't give a shit.
That rolls.
Like try to be as involved as they possibly can. That one really sticks out to me. That's
God, music is so much cooler than comedy, dude. It's so not even close.
I mean, it would be weird if somebody was just saying what you're saying at the same time in the comedy set. Yeah. That'd be an interesting...
Yeah. How do you know my mom? Like, what, dude?
That's bizarre.
Okay, and then the inverse of that.
Yeah.
What's it like playing with something you just with the album out, you go play shows, you're playing the new stuff. What's that experience like? When you don't get that... Maybe you don't get that feedback like you're used to.
So this one, again, very fortunate, very early on. Like we released the record at the beginning of May this year, and we were already in the UK, starting a month-long UK and Europe tour. And within a week, people were singing along.
Sick.
Which is crazy. That hasn't really happened before. But otherwise, it's like people still just want to be engaged. Like they'll learn, like it'll happen pretty quickly. It'll take a couple months, and then by then everybody's like singing their favorite part of the song.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it is like a little disorienting because like you at the end of a record cycle, everybody's like going crazy and singing every word, and then you go back, you like reset almost. So it's like it doesn't deflate you. You're just like, what's happening? Like everyone's like less engaged, and you get like self-conscious. But they just got to take the time, I guess, to learn the songs, and they do. Our audience is great. We have the best audience.
It's the most fun. As you guys have been on this tour, my core friend group, we've all scattered around the country, and I've gotten texts from multiple cities and videos of you guys playing it, and it's people love you, man. It's awesome.
It's cool.
Oh no, I had a beautiful follow up. See, 20 minutes ago, I was in the pocket. I was Seth Meyers, and now I'm back to oh god, I stink.
Should be doing lines of Vyvanse or something.
Yeah, this is so in that I hit up some of my homies.
Yep.
We're all big fans of you guys. I was like, anybody got any questions? And my buddy Liz hit me with this one. If you could bring back any band that's disbanded or passed away to do one more album, is there anyone you would want to bring back from the brink?
I don't know. Usually bands, I feel like it's like putting somebody back in prison almost.
Yeah. Cruelty aside, emotion out of it, completely selfish.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Liz, I will say Liz also followed it up with a text that says, I don't have an answer for this question. It would be the Beatles, I guess.
I'm sure that's many people's ideal. I don't know. I love Dillinger Escape Plan, but they're playing shows right now. But like reuniting with their singer Greg Puciato, I think that would be amazing. Their last record was unbelievably good.
Hell yeah!
So that would be one for me. I feel like a lot of my favorite bands now are still around.
Hell yeah!
It's like
For me, it would be the Cantina Bar and Jabba's Palace.
Oh yeah. What are they? What's their called? I mean the style of music is jizz. Like actually, I don't know if you have read about this.
No,
it's so the style that they play, they called it jizz. They're jizz whalers.
Okay.
Which is insane.
That sounds like a Norwegian profession.
Yeah, I think it was coined by George Lucas, which is. It's just like there's so many. It's like somebody has to have known what they were doing when they called it that,
without question.
But also, I don't know. It's like, why would you call like you're trying to build this like semi-serious science fiction universe, and you call the genre jizz, like the music genre jizz. Anyway, yeah, they're good. Let's say Max Rebo is the guy, the leader of that band. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna get roasted if I said the wrong thing, but. Anyway,
you're a big. Are you a big sci-fi guy, or is it just Trek that you fuck with?
Like a lot of stuff. Yeah, Star Trek is like my favorite, probably my favorite like collection of media that exists. But I mean the Alien franchise and like, yeah, like a lot of John Carpenter and.
Did you like Did you see the Romulus?
Yeah,
you like it?
Yeah, it was great,
dude. I loved it. I'm using the same 80s futuristic tech in a modern movie was so fun to me. I just loves the green text on the screen.
Yeah, they're doing that with the show now, Alien Earth. Like it's a similar vibe.
Have you watched that?
Yeah, I've watched. I'm up to date as of today. Yeah,
I started the first episode. I haven't finished it yet.
It's I like it. It's like it is very intense, and it's very hard to make me uncomfortable. And there's a couple scenes where I was like, "What the fuck?" And it's similar with Romulus. Like I had heard, like Fede Alvarez in an interview said, like we made some choices that are going to upset people. I'm like, there's no way that's going to upset me. And then I saw like there are a couple scenes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He accomplished what the original movies did for me when I was like quite young. Which is crazy. Like, I'd be surprised.
I thought they nailed it. It was a real love letter to that whole franchise, I felt. Yeah. And then they truly understood it in a way that gets me stoked, unlike some other stuff, like some of the Star Wars stuff where you're like, this isn't quite what I want it to be.
Yeah.
But my folks, a year or two ago, went through, I grew up watching Star Trek with my parents. And they went through on some ultimate nerd shit and watched all of Star Trek in chronological order, like in
Enterprise, then original series, then no, then Stranger Worlds, then original series, then like that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Next gen Voyager, or next gen Deep Space Nine Voyager.
Yeah,
This would be it.
and when they told me that, I was like, it's stuff like this is why I am the way I am.
I mean, it's like again, going back to the curiosity thing instead of calling it an inability to like pay attention. Like that's kind of, I'm wondering if like because of Star Trek, maybe that's how I am because of Star Trek. Yeah.
Do you yearn for the utopian society of Star Trek, dude?
No, I don't want all the things to happen that need to lead to, like they reminded the audience in the first season of Stranger Worlds that World War III starts in 2026. I don't want that.
No.
That's now.
Seems bad.
Yeah, it seems bad. And you gotta like, he's like, yeah, 30,000 species of creature or whatever die. And I'm like, I don't want any of that to, even if it buys us like a nice future 300 years in the future.
Yeah, I could skip World War III. Replicators would be sick.
Yeah, I feel like that would solve a lot of problems. But also the way things are right now, people would find a way to be greedy with them, even though you don't need to be.
Oh, you'd need replicator credits.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole thing. It would give you a brand new style of super cancer no one's ever heard of.
Yep.
But burger and fries whenever you want, or anything.
Anything, yeah.
I don't think that they would have to, and it wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite series? Is it Next Gen?
I grew up with Next Gen. That would have been my answer had I not more recently watched Deep Space Nine again.
Deep Space Nine is so fun.
It's like to be that good front to back. I mean, the first season had a couple stumbling points like every Trek show, but yeah, like front to back, like some of the best. And it's just like procedural, like long form television before its time, which is like what everybody is doing now. It just did that and like out the gate really well.
Well,
So.
it is like looking back on it now, kind of a risky decision.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have a show whose whole premise is like one of the first like flip the franchise on its head moves.
Yeah.
We have a show whose whole premise is exploration, is seeing the unknown. We're deep in space. We're in uncharted waters, and then now we're gonna park the show, and all the adventures gonna come to us.
Yeah, I mean, I think their whole thing, it was probably that they didn't think they could compete with the success of Next Generation.
Yes.
So might as well just go as far afield as possible. And like, so you not only completely change the storytelling format, like from what people are used to, you also introduce, well, there's like crazy character development, which they had a bit of in Next Gen, but they were mostly fully formed characters. And then on top of that, it's like an allegory for, which at that time, yes, it was happening. The the crisis in Gaza and Palestine. Mm-hmm. It's it's directly referential to that, as I've heard the writers talk about. So it's just like such a huge swing, and they just like, it's just so good through like the grace and like ability of the actors and writers and stuff. It's really good.
So it's been a long time since I've seen Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
I mean, 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. All I remember about Deep Space Nine is that the Ferengi get their sexual pleasure from their ears.
Yeah, Umox. Yeah. They're getting jerked off. Which is, it's just like, when you put it in that context, you're like, it's pretty pornographic, but it's like to us, because of the way we relate to our ears, it's not as gross, but literally ththey're being jerked off on screen.
Yeah.
On like daytime television.
But it's like silly and fun.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's cute.
Hey, wait, I need to find my phone. I had things written down to ask you. 1 second.
Yeah.
So unprofessional. Threw it on the floor. Classic me. I go, this thing that I need, I'll throw it as far away from me. All right. Bongo Solo and Cruel, hit that off memory. Sick. Time signatures, I kill it. I made all that seem like it was of the moment. Fifth Man of the Pope is the crowd. God, I'm such a hack. I'm such a liar.
Nobody comes prepared.
Yeah.
For interviews.
What's on the rider?
It's so boring.
No, but it's not boring. It's not.
It's I mean, it's fucking.
It's probably simple.
Veggies, some
Veggie platter with
hummus.
Yep.
Shit. Sparkling water.
Hell yeah.
We specifically say no Jameson ever, but people forget that sometimes.
Now, is that a taste thing?
Yeah.
Or okay.
We're like we're a bourbon band when we're here, and we're a Canadian whiskey because of the tariffs.
Yes.
When we're in Canada.
Yeah, my family, we have a no Baileys in the house rule because when my mom gets her fingers in that, it's bad news.
Yeah, that's a good workaround for restraint. Just don't have it.
Yeah, that's my move, man.
Yeah.
How is the without now? I can say this, and these are my words, not yours. We don't want to upset the overlords at Ticketmaster, but how is the resale market in the current like the bot situation for live ticket sales? Has that affected you guys at all?
Yeah, and it hasn't affected the attendance. Like attrition is we're graced with pretty good attrition, which is like the difference between
sales and actual people pulling up. Yeah, because there are people who they get bought out by bots, and then their show is half full.
Yeah,
it's like yeah, we made our money, but like this fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty. We're pretty lucky. We haven't suffered a lot from that. But it does really suck when our audience, like we see, like it upsets us, and we do everything we can to like get around this, but like it upsets us when like our fans are like, why is it like $300? We try to charge like as little as possible for our shows to make sure people can get in.
You guys do it right in that the scaling is done in the venues where it's like we will play a bigger room to accommodate more people at a fair ticket price, which is so admirable in that it as you know, a fan who's followed you guys as you've grown, at no point has it felt from as like an audience member that you are trying to squeeze everything you can out of people, which is like so appreciated.
Yeah, we want as much value as possible for our audience, and like we don't want Jeff had this great idea. He got it from another band, I forget, but he also he wanted to do low income tickets, which we've done on this tour.
So sick.
And like that's another thing that restores my faith in humanity is people are not taking advantage of that. Mm-hmm. Like people by and large, they'll only buy it if they need to.
It's awesome.
It's crazy.
You guys and seeing that got Anamanaguchi do the same thing on their tour.
That's amazing. So Jeff got it from, I forget who he got it from, but it's like, as long as it's spreading that we can do this, and it's like nobody really hurts. The bands don't hurt financially from it. Basically everybody benefits.
Yeah, it's cool. I was in Champaign with them when they saw that post, and then it started the conversation in the room of like, we should try and do something like that. That day emails started going out to venues to being like, how can we facilitate this? Yeah. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's we just want people to have fun.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Okay, and then in that same vein, like technology affecting the creative process.
Yeah,
how has streaming has that had any effect on how you compose and structure your albums?
Not really.
Good.
It's like, I don't know, maybe we're living in the past, but we're very much an album band. Mm-hmm. And like it's streaming favors either massive albums, like 20 song, like the longer your record, the better. Mm-hmm. Or like singles, and that like repeatedly releasing singles, like single after single. And I don't know, we just like, for better or worse, have kept our heads down in that way. Just like we write a record that feels cohesive to us and hope that it does okay on streaming. Not that it really matters because we're not making money off of it. So.
It's basically just an ad for the tour.
Yeah, basically. And we make most of our income touring. So it's, yeah, like there's no reason to sort of kowtow to a structure that doesn't benefit us at all in the first place.
It's great. You're honorable dudes, man.
I mean, we're trying our best. It's like it's hard for musicians right now. It's harder for a lot of other people, especially like I feel like the film industry is going through right now what musicians went through like 20 years ago.
Yep.
Which is just getting hollowed out and residuals disappearing and like that kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah, just like you kind of have to be the best version of yourself that you can be insofar as how you have like value oriented business practices and stuff. Like it's all you can really do.
Yeah, well, it's just in every aspect of everything you said about all of your creative pursuits. There's so much care and thought and obsessiveness. Shout out ADD. And
Air fixation.
Exactly, dude.
Clinical term.
Yes, dude. And I appreciate that so much, and especially nowadays where gone are the days of rock and roll guitar music, man.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard.
something like if you go look at the top, I think it might be 500 artists. Mm-hmm. It's of currently. Mm-hmm. That number might be high, might be 200. It's all individuals.
Yeah.
It's very rare that it's a group making, I mean, not that other stuff isn't actual music, but playing together. Mm-hmm. It's like it's sick that you guys are still cooking, man.
Yeah, I think it's like that's a byproduct of like, and this isn't editorializing. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's
me either.
It's easier to do things on your own. You're not accountable to anybody else in that context. You just move faster, and it's just like, especially if you're already plugged into a system. Like, say you got a record deal with a group and they want a label or whoever wants to work with you directly, that it's just easier to like, and then plus the democratization of music, making it easier to make music than ever. It just makes sense that individuals would kind of like rise to the top. And yeah, it's like, that's cool. That's like you can get your vision out that way, but also collaboration is kind of the, it's like the hidden secret of innovation is like, you don't know what you should change until it's reflected to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And having such long-term collaborators, I mean, you guys have been going for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, 14 or 15, yeah.
What? How?
With great difficulty. But like also Steve, Nestor, and I have known each other. I've known Nestor who plays bass for 28 years, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've known Steve since high school, so that'll be 20, what would that be? Since I was 15, so like 23 years. So like you know and love the person, so any sort of like differences of opinion just have to be resolved because they're your family. It's just like how it, not that you should stay in toxic family situations, and this isn't toxic at all. It's just like there is so much forgiveness and grace between us at this point that it's like we don't know any other way to be.
Cool.
So it took a while to get to that point. There's like a lot of growing pains, and there's always going to be growing pains, but it's like you just you are a family, so you have to make it work. So
totally.
Yeah.
And you're so reliant on each other. Yeah. That part really blows my mind.
Yeah.
Being able to,
it is kind of crazy to have this like a static lineup for that long, like in this business, but it's like we have a lot of shortcomings and we're all very aware of them. So it's hard to be hard on somebody else when you know how much you yourself suck.
Yeah.
Totally. So, yeah.
And then, how are you sleeping?
Not well.
Well, what time are you usually going to bed?
On tour, it's like like between 1 and 2.
That's good.
Yeah. It's yeah. No, but I also am bad at sleeping.
Yeah, me too. I've when we talked about this past, so I was curious. What's your sleep schedule like when you're at home?
Just try to go to bed around 11, try to get up at around 7:30, but it's like I also just
Those are real life adult hours.
yeah, but I don't sleep.
Right. Okay.
It takes a while for me to go to sleep. I wake up early. I get like anxious. I also like, it's that I think it's an ADHD thing, but also just like broadly a mental health disorder thing where revenge sleep. What do they call it? Revenge sleep? What is it called? When you put something off, procrastination.
Yes.
Revenge sleep procrastination is the term that I've read, which is like you're trying to reclaim the meaning from your day that you thought you had lost by staying up a bit later.
Oh my
Which
God.
is what I do. But I'm just like watching like a YouTube poop for an hour.
Yeah, same.
It's like, what am I like? I'm not adding value to my life by staying up, but I do it regardless.
Oh, my sleep schedule. I have Batman's sleep schedule. I go to sleep at 5, 6 in the morning every day. And it's exactly what you're saying because it gets to the nighttime and I go, my day sucked.
Yeah.
I gotta, but then I'm just watching some streamer.
Yeah.
I'm not doing shit. I'm looking up tips on Valorant or whatever.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah. It's like, why am I? Yeah, this is not adding value to my day. It's I would be better off like sleeping, but it's I've gone to sleep therapists and they like it's so useless. It's like, well, just try to sleep. I'm like, okay. Like I did 4 sessions and I paid you $200 each session to land in the same spot that I was at the beginning.
Yeah, well, your degree is a sham.
Yeah, it's like bullshit.
Okay, and then last thing before we get out of here, is there anyone are there any bands or individual artists that you've been listening to that you've been fired up about recently?
Yeah, actually, I think both of them are from New York.
Sick.
Sadly enough, but Model Act Trees is an amazing band. They're, very like industrial, grindy, like punk, very dancey. It's like if 9 Inch Nails was just a rock band, not like synthesized and stuff. I think they're all like Berkeley grads too. They're just like amazing musicians. They're amazing. And then the band Bodega, they're just like their latest record is Our Brand Could Be Your Life. It's just so good. Like there's such a great band, and they're like they fly under the radar, but I think that's on purpose a little bit. Like they're very much in the what would be, I don't know, it's like indie punk, I guess I would describe it as, but they're like very editorial. Very, very good band.
Sick. And then I lied. I have one more question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite venue that you've ever played, and why is it the Metro in Chicago?
Oh my God. We played the Metro. We did like a tech conference once, like 10 years ago or something. And they like paid us an ungodly amount of money. And we're like, we would never do this, but we need money.
Yeah, hell yeah. Corporate gig, man.
Yeah. But it was just like 20 disinterested tech people. And it wasn't even like cool tech, it wasn't cool tech or cruel tech. Like it was just like, I don't know, like maybe a medical conference or something. And they just did not give a shit. So that's my memory of the Metro. The Metro is always great. Like the staff is always amazing there. Like the crew there is great.
I have a frame poster from the shows you guys did there in 2018 or 17 or something.
Yeah, that was. There's so many good venues in Chicago. It's crazy. Like Riviera and like we just played Salt Shed. Just like
I haven't been there.
It's pretty new, but it's probably it's in the running for like the best venue for me. Like,
really?
Yeah, just front like everything I heard about the audience experience is amazing. They just like thought of everything, and then from our side, just like the backstage experience, the food, the staff and crew, just like everyone's super nice on the ball. It's pretty new, so it's nice for it to look nice, but they have thought of everything.
Yes.
It's like such a great venue.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much for doing this, man. I appreciate it more than I could ever say. Is there any shout outs or plugs? The album's out now, the tour's cooking.
Who Will Look After the Dogs is out through Rise Records on all of the terrible streaming services. So buy a vinyl instead. And I don't know, we're on tour.
Go see them. And if you've made it this far and you haven't listened to PUP, by God, please go listen to them. If you're gonna do it, my suggestion to you would be start at the first album and then listen to them all the way through. Grow, hear the growth and the change. It's unbelievable. I mean, for my money, the trilogy of the self-titled, The Dream Is Over, and Morbid stuff is like is the greatest.
Thank you.
And just I've truly never connected with art more than what you guys make. So like, thanks for doing it, and thanks for sitting down with me, man.
Yeah.
You rule. Fuck yeah, fist bump. Hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. For the love of God, tell a friend. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Dynamite Rocketship for bonus content. I'll be back here in a week. I'm going to go get changed and watch this dude fucking rip a goddamn sold-out show in New York City. Oh, I can't wait to see what dumb shit you guys do with Jeff together.
Oh, it's stupid.
I purposely haven't been on any of the setlist websites. I didn't ask any of the homies. I want to be surprised.
I won't tell you, but it's
still no spoilers, man.
It's dumb as fuck.
Oh, sick. I can't fucking wait. You rule, dude. Hell yeah. Later.